everyone, and welcome back to my channel, my page, where I review movies. I review specifically old movies, film noirs. Film noir is a movie, usually like you've heard it with like the detective jazz and the black and white filter on the screen and the beautiful woman and the trench coat. Yeah, all that. If you are watching this review right now and you're watching it for any sort of enjoyment, if you laugh once, if you even smile once, or if you watch it even with a straight face, you're legally required to subscribe to me and to like this video. I don't make the rules. Today we're going to be reviewing a movie called The Best Years of Our Lives. Trust me, your grandmother knew about this movie. This movie was like the movie of the 1940s, okay? It was wartime, like Pearl Harbor just happened. Your grandfather probably proposed to your grandmother when she was like 19 and like they got married in like a week. Like, yes, this is the setting of this movie, okay? They're catering to an audience. This movie, Best Years of Our Lives, was set during the years following World War II, specifically immediately after the war ended and all the American boys are coming back home. So this movie features three veterans who come back home from World War II: Al, Fred, and Homer. And it just shows how they adapt to life back home. It's a real tearjerker if you cry. If I were to cry, it would be a tearjerker, but I don't. So if you're a person that likes to know ratings up front, here's everything you need to know before you watch the movie, okay? So violence. There's no gore, no bloody, nothing like that. There's gonna be some mention of violence due to the nature of war, but nothing too crazy, right? There's a man with a missing arm, so if you count that as violence, then maybe, yeah, a little bit. Profanity, there's like less than 5 curse words in the movie. I don't think there were any, but that's just the grace amount that I'm gonna give myself. Usually after 5 to 10, that's when my subconscious starts picking up on it, and I'm like, whoa, can we not get emotional? Okay, can we just say what we're trying to say without dirtying the whole sentence? PDA, public display of affection. I believe there were 2 to 4 passionate kisses that don't last more than a few seconds. Maybe some embraces, nothing too serious. The thing for me is with affection in movies, as long as they don't zoom in, I'm good. This is the era of movies when they had married couples sleeping in 2 different beds just for the look. And I'm like, that is so honorable because like really, like these are actors playing in a movie. So I just really like how honorable they were back then. And you know, it was probably because society would not have let that fly back then. There's a man in the movie who is flirting with infidelity, if that is a problem. Notice how I said that. He's flirting with infidelity, okay? He's trying to have his cake and eat it too. Which leads me to the moral aspect of my rating. Interest-wise, this movie was a 7 out of 10 for me. Morally, it was literally a 9 out of 10. There's gonna be spoilers beyond this point, so if you don't want to hear spoilers, go ahead and stop this review now and go watch the movie. Again, it's called Best Years of Our Lives, because beyond this point, I'm gonna get a little bit more detailed. Okay, 3, 2, 1, bye. 3, 2, 1, bye. 3, 2, 1, bye. Okay, this movie, I rated it a 9 out of 10 morally because of how things were addressed. So Fred, back in the 40s, men going off to war, they wanted to get married real quick, you know, so they could have something to fight for. Yes, I get it. But the thing was, you know, a lot of those marriages were like really bad because they weren't built on anything. They were just like, oh, you fine, you cute. Okay, I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna go off to war, and I'm gonna think about you when I'm dying on that battlefield. When I'm laying on the battlefield. It was really unhealthy. And when they came back home to these women, if they came back home, it was not good. And even though Fred got married on a whim due to a bad decision, whatever, he started liking on his friend's daughter. They're about the same age. And I like that Peggy's father, so his friend who was Al, I like that he was like, look, I get you don't like your wife, but come correct, bro. You can't have my daughter even if you don't like your wife. And I really like that lesson because it showed that you chose to get married. I hate that you don't like the decision that you made, but a man cannot be married and flirt with someone else. That is not societally acceptable. And I like that her father was involved. Peggy's father was involved in overseeing the interactions between a colleague of his, a buddy of his out on the battlefield, and his daughter. That was important to him, and he got involved. He didn't care how old she was. She was living under his roof, and he was going to get involved and say, I'm sorry, but I don't like the foolery that's going on, so we're gonna cut that out right now, right? But people in movies were allowed to mess up, just like people fail in real life. However, these moral failures were addressed in Best Years of Our Lives and many other film noirs and corrected. They weren't just smoothed over like, oh, okay, he's, thinking about cheating on his wife, so we're just gonna, let it go on. Like, they love each other. Like, no, that could ruin lives, right? So we're gonna address that. We're gonna get this straight, and then we're gonna move forward. And then something else that I just really loved in this movie was like how Homer's fiance stayed with him. Oof. They made women differently back then. They made everybody differently back then, but specifically women were different. I mean, men were different too, but anyways, Homer's fiance. So he felt like he was worthless, right? He came home with a real defeated spirit, and she fought for him. I was like, oh my goodness. Wow, she fought for him. And that is an amazing principle. I feel like that's why that generation of women was able to handle so much, was because more was expected of wives. As far as even like the dedication to their marriage, like they did not give up easily. And I just feel like there's a lot to be learned out of that. There was so much to be learned out of this movie as far as relationships go. This is like a classic wartime, my husband's coming back from the war movie. I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know your thoughts down below as always. I rewatched the movie just to refresh my memory and make sure I covered everything because it had been a while since I've seen this. And I do have a couple things to add. I would change this movie morally from a 9 to like a 7.5 because I wish the man had a little bit more, the main guy, Fred, I wish he had a little bit more courage to leave his wife if he didn't like her anymore. Let me preface this. I am never on the side of the homewrecker. I think that she should not have gone any further with him until he was out of his marriage. I don't like movies like that. I don't like towing the line like that. It's disgusting. And, I would be exactly what Al did, how he sat him down and was like, look, don't be playing with my daughter. Don't be playing with my daughter. Exactly how he did that. Like, I would be mad. Like, bro, you thought you was finna have your cake and eat it too? Not when my daughter is literally coming home crying from you because of what you've done. You won't leave your wife, still trying to hold on to her. But then you want to come over here trying to get some of my daughter's precious love. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out. You better be mad. Like he said in the movie, if I were to take this outside, I would be afraid that I might play dirty and break your neck. Period. I felt that. Like, don't do that. Like, you're literally my friend and you're over here trying to win over my daughter. Nah. Anyways, watch the movie. As I said, leave me your comments down below on what you thought on this movie. Homewrecking will never be cute ever. Not ever. And until the next film noir. Ciao for now.